Wiggity diggity! It's The Adventures of Farb and Christine, Season 2, Episode 21. It's Friday, September 24th, and we're out strolling along the shore, Birch Bay, looking for birds, looking for Steve. And
Steve.
Yeah, if we see a Steve, we will interrupt our dialogue and get you in the moment Steve footage. But mostly, figure it's a great time to talk about last week's trip to Republic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how'd that work out?
Well, obviously we made it back safely. Farb did all of the driving.
All the driving, you bet. Thank you for letting me drive.
You're welcome. I guess the great sacrifice I made was getting car sick.
Yeah, well, I'd much prefer to drive than to get ill. But yeah, we set our wagons east, what, Wednesday of last week?
Yeah.
I think that was the 15th.
I think so.
Yeah, left about, I don't know, 9:30 or something. And yeah, it's about 6 or so hours to Republic. And it was along something called the Cascade Loop. And I'd never been on this route before. So passed through some notable landmarks like Cedro Woolley and Concrete. And where else? Other spots?
Yeah, they're just little tiny
little, you know,
towns.
Index or something.
Yeah.
Got to blew right past the sign, the North Cascades National Park sign, and like, uh-oh, that's probably a cool sign, so kind of made a hasty turnaround and made our way back to get our shots, because, you know, fill on that sign's gotta happen, and we may not be back there for a while. So made sure we got that in under you know, on film, on tape. Then one of the spots we knew we were going to check out was this Diablo Lake, which wow, did not disappoint. There are other spots along the way, including some place called New Halen.
Yeah.
Which kind of weird. I'm sure there's a story there, but looked like that was a town based around Seattle City Light. But anyway, Diablo Lake, much cooler. Beautiful turquoise waters. Great spot to get some pictures. Looked a little chilly, but you know, not bad. Whoa, where that bird is? Might be a kingfisher or something.
Oh yeah.
All right, bird alert.
Good eye.
I don't know what that guy was. I think maybe a belted kingfisher. I think we've seen one of those before, but got, I think I got lucky. Looked like I got a couple half dozen shots of them kind of hovering and hummingbird-like kind of floating there. So we'll see how those turned out. Anyway, where were we? New Halen?
Something like that.
Diablo Lake. Yeah, made it all the way through Omak to Republic. 6 whatever hours later. Disappointing stop for chicken along the way. Got to Mumsy's place about what, 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, so that was great. Surprised them showing up in an unfamiliar vehicle. Hello. And yeah, we just kind of sat down, relaxed, and enjoyed the afternoon. They showed us around their new place, the property a little bit.
Yeah. And
I think had dinner. I think I ate a tomato. Still don't like them. Yeah, that was kind of the day one, you know, just getting out there and getting settled and such. What do we do the next day?
They took us, they're on like quite a bit of property that's has some elevation to it. I guess it's part of some Department of Natural Resources needs access to part of it. Anyway, there's this crazy road.
Yep, bouncy road. So I guess they found a Ford Explorer on the property that the previous owners had left behind, and Mike was able to get it working again. So that kind of lovingly named Ed was the vehicle of choice to get us all up there. But yeah, bumpy road. But yeah, a couple, 100, 200 feet up maybe, kind of a plateau with a little little meadow, still part of their property. the hunter blind or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, good spot. Great chance to see the valley at a little elevation. And oh, there's a heron. Bird alert. Bird alert. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Steve. We've missed you.
We'll see you on the way back, Steve.
Bye, Steve. Thank you.
Woo. We'll check in on Steve on the way back. But yeah, we were driving up check out the higher reaches of the property. I guess at some point it turns into Department of Natural Resources land. But they're the only ones who have access to it, so it seems kind of like it's an extension of their property. I mean, they wouldn't be able to build there, but pretty cool. Kept going up the road. Ed had some trouble with the overheating, so we stopped a few times, but really wanted to get out and check out the views anyway. Ultimately, we made it to a spot that was fairly flat. So we parked Ed and walked to kind of the end of the road, which had some really great views of the valley.
Yeah.
And got some nice shots. Got some nice pictures of Mike and Mumsy. I think there's a few nice pictures of Christine and I. Goofing around on a little stump, you know, having some fun, and yeah, decided to head on back down from there. Did not pause for car. Did not see really any birds. I think there was one little guy I saw, little chubster on a branch, but you know, I mean, not much at all. Some chipmunks,
but
yeah, no birds.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because I guess like a week or two earlier there was a bunch of turkeys that Mike would feed, and they would come down pecking for food.
Yeah, I think that was, I mean, almost a daily occurrence where he was hand feeding these turkeys.
Yeah.
So was really kind of hoping to get some of that action going, but oh well. Yeah, headed back down. Got you know, refreshed a little bit. Ooh, there's a bug on me. Buzzing around. Got refreshed a little bit, and then we headed into the sprawling metropolis that is Republic to grab some lunch, kind of a late lunch, early dinner type thing, and just enjoyed spending some time with family from there.
Yeah.
What did we do after that? Kind of an early evening. I think everyone was a little wiped out from the semi-hiking and all that. The next morning, kind of departed, set sail. I mean, it was a brief visit, but you know, 2 days and disappeared in a flash. But was really good to see, really good to see Mike and Mumsy.
Yeah. Been like a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it since the before times, right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I think they sold their house in Auburn back in January of 2020, and departed in February or thereabouts.
Yeah.
And yeah, kind of we're safely in Republic about the time the pandemic started to really become a thing. So probably a great spot to be. And hopefully pandemic will be over by this time next year. I don't know. I'll stop talking about that. My words will not make it true. But yeah, we kind of continued on the Cascade Loop. So we headed directly south to Keller. So from Republic down through the Cooley Indian Reservation to Lake Roosevelt, and took the Sandpoil ferry across the lake, which is pretty cool. Free little ferry, very small, but a couple cars. I think we were one of 3 or 4 cars on the thing in a motorcycle.
Like 4 vehicles.
And yeah, across the lake. Next thing you know, we're driving through wheat fields and more wheat fields and a whole lot of nothing. Ooh boy! And just enjoying the drive. At least I was enjoying the drive. Hopefully less car sick this time.
Yeah.
The southern part of the Cascade Loop is less mountainous, less windy, less twisty. So good time to just relax and enjoy. Pass through Wenatchee, and the next thing you know, we are at Leavenworth. Woo!
Yeah.
So for those of you unfamiliar with Leavenworth, it's a little mountain town in the Cascades.
Bavarian mountain town.
Yeah, got a Bavarian theme going. I think I need to look this up, but I seem to recall that sometime in the 60s they decided to adopt kind of a, German Bavarian mountain vibe to increase some tourism, and I think it worked.
Yeah.
It's certainly most known for its Christmas lights. I remember I've been there at least once during Christmas time with Mumsy, but you'd never been, so it's the kind of thing we talk about going every year, and it just never works out with our schedules and the snow and all that stuff. But we'll get there for Christmas eventually, but at least this time we were able to stop for lunch. So did a little poking around and research and decided to stop at a place called Rhinehouse?
Rhinehouse.
And I had, what did I have, a bratwurst?
Yeah.
Bacon wrapped brat, sauerkraut. Christine had the schnitzel.
Pork schnitzel.
Pork schnitzel, one of your favorites. And then we tried some currywurst with fries as an appetizer. So turned into a bit too much French fries for me. Something I don't know if I've ever said before in my life. But it was good. It was real good. A lot of food. Kind of a little too full for strudel. Probably could have forced it down, but but yeah, it was good. Good place to stop. Right in the middle of our day. Full belly. Got some coffee at the little Leavenworth themed Starbucks and hit the road. Kind of hit the cruise control and hit the mountain pass and some rain. Ooh.
Yeah, some crazy rain.
Yeah.
On the way back.
But no big deal. The new car was certainly up to the task. So we made it home in about 3 hours. So, so that was that. How did you feel about the whole trip?
Yeah, it was, it was good. It was brief, but all trips are like that. But yeah, it was good to see Mumsy and Mike finally. Good to see kind of, where they've been making their home.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of work to do. I think their timeline was tight, and their plan A kind of fell through with the person who was selling the land, so wound up out there in Republic. But after a few surprises, they're really making it their own. A lot of work to do, but I think that's part of the fun too, putting their stamp on it and going from there. So yeah, great. I mean, fantastic to see them. It's been too long. Yeah. But also just to have been there. So when she talks about the hill or the valley or upper whatever, we got you. We were there, man. And we got photos to prove it. So I'm not sure when we'll make it out there again. It'll happen. But at least we've been there. So good stuff. They're up next to come visit us. And if you too would like to visit us in Bellingham, drop us a line. Yeah, anyway, so I've been back for about a week now, and just getting back into the swing of things. What's next for adventure for us?
Probably the last baseball game of the season.
Good call. Yeah, next weekend, Mariners versus Angels, final game of the season. It's looking like they might have a slim chance. I mean, it's going to take quite a few things to go right for them to get in the playoffs this year, but I admire the fight in the team. Even if they get punched in the face, they always show up the next day with a new spirit, and I think that's fantastic. Yeah, and then I don't know. and then we're truly into the autumn and the dark and the gray and the wet and the cold and the...
Yeah, except this year we have Kraken.
Good point. Hockey. Woo. So I doubt we'll make it to a Kraken game this year. But at least we can watch them on TV and get a taste for hockey and, get into all that stuff. So good call. And I think there's Winter Olympics too, for whatever that's worth.
A what?
Winter Olympics, I think.
Wait. Oh.
2022. Beijing Games.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, well, they delayed the summer games so long, so now it's only 6 months apart. But anyway, yeah, good stuff all around. So probably about it for the recap. Anything else to add?
Yeah.
Siegel would like to add his 2 cents. But yeah, good trip. Love a good road trip. Next road trip, probably spring training. I'm thinking.
Probably.
And then see what happens from there. Still hoping to maybe get back to Japan next fall. We'll see.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts on that too. But anyway, that said, gang, we'll catch you on the flippity. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, time to put Farb on the spot. Let's say, I don't know, T-Mobile Park had some faulty construction and they discovered, oh my God, it's going to crumble. Oh, we need to move the team.
Oh.
So no more Mariners in Seattle and, I don't know, they end up in Portland.
Oh.
What would Farb do? Or does Farb do anything?
I don't know. That's tough.
Do you still follow them? Obviously you don't move to Portland.
Can't move to Portland. Boy, that is...
Who's your team?
Yikes. Well, my hierarchy of teams, I got the kind of Padres as my number 2. Although I really haven't been paying too much attention to them this year.
Yeah.
Probably for the best, since it looks like they're crumbling miserably. That is a tough one. That is so tough, because I also like the A's, but man, they're looking like they're in shambles also.
They're probably going to leave.
That is a horrible question. How dare you?
I know.
I mean, how dare you?
Yeah.
I probably would start team shopping. I mean, no offense, anyone in Portland, well, I'll do offense, actually. I just don't care for Oregon, don't care for Portland, and I would have a difficult time where in Portland anything merge. So I think I would probably have to jump ship to a different team, and I'd have to really do some soul searching. I don't know. I've got a whole lot of teams that I kind of like.
Yeah.
And a whole lot that I hate, and a bunch that are meh. So probably would start, emotionally getting involved in one of my other liker teams. That's, ugh. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Oh yeah.
There's worse things in the world, but ouch.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, just move to Japan and follow the carp.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Farb on the spot.
Is that what the seagull would do? I was like, maybe.
Seagull's more of a swallows team, I think. You called swallows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the only bird team in Japan?
The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I think the ham fighters are...
It's just weird.
Well, they're actually just the fighters, right? They're not fighting ham.
No, it's...
Oh, well. Cool.
Okay.
Farb on the spot.
All right.